Hudson Vintage. Today I am showing you the top 10 most fabulous finds, my vintage bling collection. Stay tuned because two pieces are actually future vintage, so if you'd like to find something that's more affordable and still out there, this video is for you. If you've been around a while, you know that I'm a vintage jewelry expert and I have a vast library of videos on vintage jewelry, how to wear it, how to evaluate it, how to attribute it, and how to find it. And I also am a source closet for movies, TV, theater, and inspiration for designers, or at least I have been in the past. And today I pulled 10 pieces of my blingiest, most fabulous jewelry, and two of them are actually not vintage, they are future vintage. So I'm pretty excited to share those with you. And the first piece is vintage Juliana crystal and rhinestone jewelry. Juliana goes from the 1960s through the 1970s. Those were the heyday of vintage Juliana jewelry, also known as D&E. And I have 3 examples of Juliana jewelry to show you today. And this is the first one. And this is one of my favorites. And this is small, believe it or not, on the scale of some of the things I'm going to show you today. It's so pretty. I will show you the back. That's the back. It's so well done, well constructed. These are known for their layering, and you can see how it's sort of a chandelier necklace almost. It's very intricate. And I have the earrings to go with this, but I just want to show you how wearable something like this is, even with, I had this on earlier today under a leather jacket, and you know, it just looked really modern actually, and very wearable, even with a giant studded 1940s butterfly on a beret, it still works. These are the earrings. These count as a piece just for themselves. Look how beautiful they are. I love the way these are prong set inside bezels, so they're really, you know, recognizable as 1960s, and they have great movement. And then this is the only one I've ever seen like this. The collectors are going to salivate over this. This is a bangle with all the crystals attached through chain links that are strung through the bangle. And it's pretty hot. And it's not an exact set because the color of the metal is different. So, but look at how wonderful that is. It's the height of Juliana, really. Number 2 is a one and only piece. This is made by a company called Brainia. It's the only one I have ever seen. It's actually a pin. I have it on a plain black ribbon because I love the way it looks. The amazing thing about this is that this is giant black rhinestones on japanned black metal with a faux giant South Sea Baroque shaped pearl underneath it. So it has this real three-dimensional quality. It's very 1960s. I mean, I thought it was Shriner when I first saw it. I think it's actually better quality than Shriner. I don't know. I've never seen it. Look at how amazing that is. You can really see the sparkle of the rhinestones there. That's what the construction, wait, hold on. That's what the construction of the back looks like. And then you can wear it as a brooch, which would be wonderful. It has movement. It's one of those magical pieces that is structured yet still has movement. It's such a magical combination when you find pieces that do that. I would wear this doubled up with the bow tied on the side like a choker. Pretty cool, huh? Even with the hat. This is number 3. This was made by Macy's 2 years ago, holiday. It's these peacock feathers on, again, this japanned metal. Very well done, well executed, wonderful rhinestones, wonderful design. I'll show you the back. See, the back is really great. This is, isn't that just spectacular? Yeah, this is a really good one. If you can find this now in secondary market, it is going to be really affordable and definitely something worth holding on to. It's extremely well made and beautiful. This is the next future vintage piece, and that's coming up next. Right now, I want to show you some of my favorite Regency jewels. These are 1950s. Again, these are in just a very dark brass background. I also have this set in black in the Japan metal, and it is the pin. It is signed. This came from the showroom. I was lucky enough to be able to buy the archive of the Regency showroom, so I had a chance to really study it and learn it, and everything was in there from 1937 before they incorporated to when they closed in 1978. So this is the brooch, and these are the lovely earrings. Now let's take a look at this amazing thing. This is definitely future vintage. This was made by a company called Natasha. This is very expensive new. So even if you find it on the secondary market, be prepared to pay a little, but it's really special. The crystals are gorgeous. The articulation is beautiful. The back is beautiful. This is made the way that old costume jewelry was made. They use lobster claw clasps now. That's about the only difference. Everything else is on par. This remarkable thing is circa 1930s. This is a giant dentil rhinestone. This is either sterling or rhodium. I don't remember. I've had it a very long time. I'm never going to sell it. There are things from this counter that are for sale on the website. I will be putting them up by next Friday, so be on the lookout for that. But in the meantime, 1930s, absolutely beautiful. Look at that. I also have the matching earrings. This, if you were to find something like this, this would be at least $300 for this set. It's a really good one, and the ones from the 30s are just getting more and more rare. This beautiful thing is number 7. This is actually a belt. This is made by Vogue Jewelry. This was quite the score to find, and this is very expensive to replace. This will be on the website if you're interested in finding something extra special for Mother's Day. We are organizing another sale for Mother's Day. Everybody in the Hudson Vintage community is going to be doing it across the board, and I'll be talking more about that later. But in the meantime, look at this. It's a belt actually, but I most often wear it as a necklace a la Coco Chanel, as she was wont to do. And it's just really spectacular. It has that Maltese cross, and it is a wearable size if you want to try it as a belt. Number 8 is this little beauty. This is a vintage 1960s Pierre Cardin ring. This is not for sale, not yet anyway. I've had it too long and I wear it too often, and it really is timeless. This is big bling, but it's also sort of space age. It manages to be minimalist at the same time, so it's really just a very wearable, wonderful, it's just an example really of good vintage design at this point, because it transcends what you would normally think of as bling and just becomes timeless and almost architectural. This is number 9. This is another rare piece of Juliana. This is another one of those chandelier necklaces. And this has, again, those prong bezel set hanging crystals, but with lots of gold filigree. And it has that drippy construction that's multi-layered that you can't quite figure out what's going on, which is always so beautiful when it's on the body. I try to sell it, and then I put it on, and then I can't sell it. There. Yeah, this is why. It's a good one, and it will always keep its value. Finally, for number 10, we have rhinestone cuff bracelets. 2 different examples. This one's a stretch cuff from the 1960s, very inexpensive, probably made in India. And then this one is 1980s, and this is what you would call mall jewelry or hair salon counter jewelry, and it's one of my favorite pieces. I love blending this with leather bracelets. See, this is just a stretch, like a Spidell, like the old watch bands. I add these black leather macrame woven bangles. I buy these by the bunch on Amazon. I have a link that's actually really good quality that I use over and over. So if you want to get some of those, check out the link. Look at that. Isn't that great? This actually somehow modernizes the hat and makes it look more irreverent and chic. I did an entire video on the vintage jewelry of eternal style, and you can watch that right now, right here. Thank you for watching. See you next week.